from the letter to the Romans. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
The Bible tells us not to believe every spirit, but to test the spirit. Matthew 24 talks about there being false Christs and false prophets who will arise and show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. Could you be deceived? Mark chapter 13 also says, false Christ and false prophets will arise and perform signs and wonders to lead astray, if possible, the elect. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says, the coming of the lawless one will be in accordance with the work of Satan, displayed in all kinds of counterfeit miracles, signs, and wonders, and in every sort of evil that deceives those who are perishing. So knowing that, let's look back at a couple of things from the past and some things that are happening now. First, let's look at something that aired 5 years ago in 2020. Do you know how much technology can change in 5 years?
Secret behind how we can get so many of our amazing guests into the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City, where we're filming the show, even if they're in Los Angeles and can't travel to New York. See my friend Dr. Eliza Pressman? She's the one sitting with me. Or is she? That's right, Dr. Eliza is in our LA studio beaming into New York like something out of Star Trek. It's incredible. The cameras are controlled by our New York control room, so there's not even a camera operator in the room with the guest. So when guests are looking to get away from it all, they can come join us in New York. I mean LA, but really it's in New York, even though they're in LA, but they're kind of in New York. Oh well, you know what? You get it.
And let's look at this one from 6 years ago, going back to 2019.
Let's get started. First, let me introduce you to Mini-Me. There she is, my perfect holograph. And thanks to the power of HoloLens 2, she just floats right with me. I'm literally holding my hologram, so natural. Now she's a little small to do a keynote. So let's get her up so she can do full-size Japanese keynote. Render keynote.
私たちは最新の複合現実キャプチャ技術を使用し、私のホログラムを作成しています。実在の人物をホログラムとして見たことがあるかもしれませんが。
Friends, listen, what you're seeing right now is crazy.
We are crossing a line in human history where the boundary between reality and fiction is vanishing.
And this is not a Hollywood billion-dollar high-production studio. This is open source. This is from your computer, a click of a button, and most people will not be able to even tell the difference now. So be safe out there, question what you see, verify what you believe, and follow who must stay ahead of the curve.
Doesn't it make you think about that verse about the very elect being deceived if possible? While you ponder that, let's look at what's happening right now.
This council penned the Nicene Creed, which stands as the most widely confessed and majestic expression of the Christian faith, underpinning the essence of the gospel we confess. 17 centuries later, the Church continues to stand on the same eternal truths and unite in the same eternal Lord. In the spirit of the original council, in October 2025, Church leaders will gather from across the globe to discuss how we can continue to hold fast to the faith delivered once for all to the saints.
Everyone on the side of truth listens to me. What is truth? Retorted Pilate.
What is truth? the Vatican in Rome, home to the new Pope, Pope Leo, elected earlier this year. It'll be the backdrop to an historic meeting, almost 500 years in the making. Later today, King Charles, head of the Church of England, will start a 2-day visit to Rome. It'll be the first time since Henry VIII broke with the Catholic Church in 1534 that the King of England and the Pope will meet and pray together.
Bringing the leaders of the Anglican and Catholic churches together in prayer for the first time since England broke with Rome in the 16th century. Charles, alongside his Queen Camilla, there for a show of unity, important to a king who has long promoted interfaith dialogue.
King is a man of great faith.
King is a man of great faith.
An illicit phone call between Charles and Camilla would quickly make their affair very public. In an uncomfortable exchange, Charles even told Camilla that he'd like to become a pair of trousers.
King is a man of great faith.
Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit.
Matthew 5:34 says, "Do not swear an oath at all." Verse 37, all you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this is from the evil one. Do you remember the coronation ceremony?
For the millions who will be watching the crowning from their couch and elsewhere, they'll be asked to swear an oath of loyalty out loud to King Charles and his heirs. According to newly released plans for Saturday's service, everyone across the royal realm will be invited to form a chorus of millions of voices and recite a new homage of the people. Organized before in our history, have the general public been offered such an opportunity to join with national figures in declaring their allegiance to a new sovereign. The idea of swearing allegiance to Charles has been met with backlash from critics who likened it to something out of North Korea or George Orwell's book, 1984.
Notice the protester holding the sign that says, "Not my king." It looks like a recent protest we've seen repeatedly.
And he saith unto the Jews, Behold your king. But they cried out, Away with him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, We have no king but Caesar.
A big part of the Council of Nicaea meeting again is to discuss the creed.
May we partner together as we seek to stand against heresy, to proclaim the gospel, and to advance the church throughout the world. Gather with us in Istanbul to commemorate the heritage of the church, celebrate the truth.
Now, the most important truth Charlie told is this, that long ago a man, begotten, not made, came down from heaven, and by the Holy Spirit was incarnate of the Virgin Mary and became man. For our sake, he was crucified under Pontius Pilate and suffered death and was buried and rose again on the third day. Charlie believed, as I do, that all the truth he told flowed from that fundamental principle.
They should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
Us. You have no idea the dragon you have awakened. You have no idea how determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to
On his last day, Charlie Kirk was on the top of a mountain. And Charlie Kirk led us there. And Charlie Kirk has brought us to the promised land. Sacrifice is a gift. Sacrifice is that last full measure of devotion for God, for country, and for his people, and for his family. Charlie Kirk died for all of you. And Charlie Kirk's gift of his sacrifice means that Charlie Kirk will live forever, not just for all of us, not just for his family and Erica and for his children, but for all future generations of Americans.
Perspectives. And I can tell you factually, Charlie was praying the rosary. Charlie was going to Mass. One of my last conversations with Charlie was me joking with him saying, just make the last step, okay? You are, I said specifically, you're too smart to be a Protestant. Just take the last step, Charlie. He says, ha ha. Speaking about Mary. And typically, when those steps start taking place, you stop referring to yourself, as I did, as a Judeo-Christian.
A Google search says Judeo-Christian refers to the shared religious and cultural heritage, values, and traditions of Judaism and Christianity. It is used to describe their common foundation, which includes monotheism, the sanctity of life, and legal and ethical principles like the Ten Commandments. The World Council of Churches is also meeting now, and their theme is Where Now for Visible Unity. What do you think visible unity could be? The Nicene Creed, maybe?